Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, YAHAWASHI, Bahashem, Raha double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who have taught us this truth and rule well. Peace and salutations to the chosen and the elect. I'm Mario Zabak out of the GMS Dallas camp, and I'm going to entitle this lesson here, YAHAWASHI and the elect. Okay. Reason for this lesson, I think about, how elders, apostles and elders here at Great Millstone, starting from High Priest Abba Bivens on down, here at Great Millstone, we're taught to push YAHAWASHI, which is very important. And if you ever notice, the comments on the lessons from GMS, people always comment about why we always in prophecy, okay? And that's the spirit we should be in, and this just bring me to a parable in Matthew, all right? So let's go ahead and grab that. This is the parable about a tree and its fruit, and again, it's a parable, but at the same time, it's symbolic as well, because trees, are sometimes symbols of men. Okay, so this is Matthew 7 and verse 15, and it reads, "Beware of false prophets." And this is YAHAWASHI, speaking. It's red letter. And it reads, "Beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves." Okay. And again, going back to, apostles here and elders here, apostles, bishops, and elders here at Great Millstone, they're very diligent men. I can't speak highly enough, of them, although in a humble spirit, these men, are the elect. I believe the elect. And they always push YAHAWASHI. And a lot of these camps really don't push YAHAWASHI that much. Who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ. All right. And again, I'm speaking to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who are the true Hebrew Israelites. When the law, statutes, and commandments are good, but, that's not what's going to save you and get you in the kingdom. We have to be in the spirit of prophecy, and again, what leads me, to this lesson here is that, the doctrine here at GMS is not tainted. Okay. It's the word. They keep it simple. We go into it. We go into the things, people don't want to go into, like grape, dealing with that, the grape thing. We go into, the regeneration, which today you would call reincarnation. We go into, prophecy. We go into Jacob's trouble, the MOTB. All right. We go into World War III. And, we entered into the labors, of, apostles and elders here at GMS. All right. Who has the 100% truth and the correct doctrine. And that's what this parable here is about. And this is what YAHAWASHI was speaking about, okay? And this is where you get false prophets, all right? And let's keep reading. It reads, You shall know them by their fruits. Okay. And that's talking about their actions. All right. Because we're commanded, all the Israelite men, we're commanded to do something in the scriptures. All right. And that's to, do the work, go out there on the highways and byways and teach, that was, matter of fact, let's get that precept. Let's get a precept. Let's go to Ezekiel, the 3rd chapter. Okay. And it reads, moreover, he said unto me, this is Ezekiel, the 3rd chapter. And this is, Ezekiel's commission. He was commanded to go out. First, he was commanded to eat the roll, which we're going to get into, and that's these scriptures. All right, this word, and that's what our apostles and elders here at Great Millstone do. They get into this word. Okay, and although they're diligent, the men here at GMS, we have to be diligent. Coming here in GMS, man, you're gonna get put to work. Okay, you're gonna do the work. You're gonna have to study. You have to pray. You have to study more. You got to do your videos. Okay, you got to go out there on the highways and byways and do the work, man. Okay, and this is something that, not only that we're out there doing the work, but we also, pushing YAHAWASHI. All right. But we're going to get into Ezekiel a little bit, because Ezekiel was commanded to do the same. And it reads, moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, eat that thou findest, eat this roll, and go speak unto the house of Israel. And that's to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American. And that roll, which is these scriptures. Okay. So before you can go out there and teach, you got to be ready to sup and eat and learn. Okay. But it's the correct doctrine. All right. That's what that roll is, these scriptures. All right. Verse 2. And Ezekiel said, so I opened my mouth, and he caused me to eat that roll. All right. So the spirit was on Ezekiel while he was getting his wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Okay. Verse 3. And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat, and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee. Then did I eat it, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness. Okay. So, and that's the goodness of the word. Even when you come into this truth, you find out that you're a Hebrew Israelite, it's a sweet thing, knowing that you're the chosen people in the Bible, okay, which are the Israelites, the Hebrew Israelites, okay. You get excited about that. You've been told you was a nigger, a Mexican. You've been told that you're an Indian. All of these proverbs and bywords, and wondering why, what happened to your culture. Like if we didn't just fell out the air on slave ships, why is it that, you're on the bottom and not on the top, although it's due to the curses, but that's still part of the message too. That's part of the road. All right. And, Ezekiel was commanded to eat the roll. All right. Which are these scriptures? Verse 4, and it reads, and he said unto me, Son of man, go get thee unto the house. Go get thee unto the house of Israel, and speak with my words unto them. Okay. So pretty much get them this message. All right. And when you continue to read this, the man, let me see. Because after he eat this roll, something happened too. Okay, here it is. I think it's verse 24. And it reads, Then the Spirit entered into me and set me upon my feet and spake with me and said unto me, Go, shut thyself within thine house. Okay? And where's the part that I'm looking for? Verse 27. But when I speak with thee, I will open thy mouth, and thou shalt say unto them, Thus said the Lord thy power, he that heareth, let him hear, and he that forbear, let him forbear, for they are a rebellious house. Okay? And the whole point of that, this word is bittersweet. Okay? And when you come into this truth, and you do get the correct doctrine, which is this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, is very sweet. But at the same time, that's where your actions come in, and then the bitterness. All right, when you actually going through it, because you give up a lot, to do the work. Okay, you let go a lot. You do a lot of long suffering, sacrificing. When we trying to keep the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability, according to Judges 5:11, and walking in the Spirit, And when I say that, after being quickened, and being converted, you have to do the work, and we have to keep the 100% doctrine that YAHAWASHI gave to his disciples. All right, and this is the spirit that's on the apostles and elders here at Great Millstone. Okay, the word has been eaten. All right, and they out there teaching on the highways and byways, to the rebellious house of Israel, which are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, who are the true Hebrew Israelites. All right, and the chosen and the elect, they are the only ones who's gonna receive and take heed from the prophets. Okay, and let's go back to Matthew, because I want to get a few more precepts and Proverbs. Okay, let's go back to Matthew 7. All right, this is Matthew 7 and verse where I'm at. Okay, this is Matthew 7, and I think I'm at verse 16. And it reads, Ye shall know them by their fruits. Okay, which is their actions. Do men gather grapes of thorns or figs of thistles? Okay, even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. Okay, so let's kind of break that down. So a prophet is going to give you the 100% truth. And this is what you see at Great Millstone. Okay, you see them walking right after YAHAWASHI. Okay, and the fruit that you see from the camps at Great Millstone is because of our leader. All right, and they out there doing the work. Preaching the right doctrine, calling on the right names. Okay, preaching the whole truth. The uncomfortable things people don't want to talk about, whether it's grape, the small hats, the true judgment of Esau, Edom, prophecy. Okay, our apostles and elders go through everything. They keep the scripture simple. They don't get too deep. All right. And our apostles and elders rebuke as well inside the camp. Okay, we bring correction, and there's nothing wrong with open rebuke. You know, Yahawashi had rebuked the disciples. Okay, you see. So, you know, we have to be ready to examine ourselves when you coming into this truth, man, and also being able to discern a good tree and a corrupt tree. And how do you do that? And it's about it's about the doctrine. And let's get a precept real quick. Let's grab Proverbs real quick. Let's get that. This is Proverbs chapter 18 and verse 21. And it reads, "Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof." Okay? And this is where you get where you have to be careful what you say, you know, because you can be going off, you know, not having 100% truth. You know, and even if you do know the truth, and you don't like a certain camp, but you understand that the truth is righteous, man. You don't supposed to keep your hold your tongue and keep quiet, as if you know you're supposed to speak up, you know, for the truth, just like you do when it come to Esau. You speak up and let them know that, hey, man, we the true chosen people. All right. So when someone is preaching the correct doctrine, you're supposed to speak up too, man. All right. And this is how you get false prophets, man, because then you start seeing it within, you know, your camp. The men in your camp, they start going off. You know, your leader going off. Now the whole camp is going off. All right. If you're the camp leader, you know, elder is not preaching the correct names, then you know your camp, everybody in the camp is gonna be calling on the wrong name. All right. So these are the things that you have to look for when you're in this truth. All right. Let's get another precept. Let's get Sirach, which is Ecclesiasticus 21 and 26. All right. And it reads, "The heart, which is your mind, the heart of fools is in their mouth, but the mouth of the wise is in their heart." Okay. Which is in their mind. So you have to watch what you say. Be ready to examine thyself, because the scriptures speak about that. Matter of fact, we can stay in Sirach real quick. This is Sirach 11, and I believe verse 7. And it reads, "Blame not before thou hast examined the truth. Understand first and then rebuke." Okay? So you have to not only examine yourself, you have to be careful, you know, of what you say. You know, make sure you speaking the right thing and not just, you know, just ready to say anything. You know, when the apostles, when the prophets, the teachers, on the videos, you know, it's not expedient to just, you know, throw some on a comment board just because, you know, you just want to, you know, be a part of something. Sometimes you just have to sit there and listen, you know, take notes. All right. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay. I have another one in Sirach 18. Let's get that real quick. This is Sirach chapter 18 and then verse 20. And it reads, "Before judgment, examine thyself." Again, you have to watch what you say. Be mindful of what's about to come out of your mouth. And it reads, "And in the day of visitation, thou shalt find mercy." Okay? Because sometimes, you know, we, again, you know, although things are lawful, but everything is, roughly paraphrasing, is not expedient, meaning that you shouldn't be in a rush to, you should keep your tongue. What's that? Keep your foot. Let me see. I'm roughly paraphrasing. When an elder, your leader, when you get the correct 100% truth, also in rebuke, is you don't have to say nothing all the time. Sometimes just listen, even though it might, even though you might not even be in the wrong, but just listen. And I do it often, man. Just listen. You might feel some way in the beginning, but then after that, it was for the good. It wasn't for nothing. There's nothing wrong with rebuke, man. Open rebuke, okay? It's a good thing, and we're told to do that. All right. That's how you show love, man. So when you hear the word love, when that's being applied, that's part of it. Rebuking, bringing correction. Okay, that's what the rebuking is all about, and what love is all about is bringing forth correction. And the Heavenly Father, that's what He did. He's doing with the Israelites right now. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. We broke the covenant, the first covenant. We're paying for it now. But He's showing His love by correction, okay? And how we getting that correction? Through YAHAWASHI, all right? YAHAWASHI, through His death, burial, and resurrection, okay? He's given, the chosen and the elect grace, man, okay? We can make it. You see? All we have to do is keep seeking the kingdom of the Most High and His righteousness. If we keep and continuing to do that, we're going to be all right. We just have to endure to the end, because again, these prophecies are coming to pass. How you going to know what to do in those times if you don't have no one prophesying? And that's what this thing is about, man. The 100% true, the chosen and the elect. All right, they're gonna be doing what was commanded. All right, of course they're gonna get rebuked. The chosen and the elect is gonna get rebuked. The chosen and the elect is gonna examine themselves. The chosen and the elect is gonna, watch their tongue, be careful of what they say. Want to desire to preach the 100% truth. You see? And you should be able to discern that through the Spirit, man. All right? So, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. And with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, YAHAWASHI, Bahashem, Raha Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who have taught us this truth and rule well. Peace and salutations to the chosen and the elect. Shalom.